sat down, like I said, I'm getting this all ready to do what I had to do. Guys, my name is Gina Jyneen. Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Gina Jyneen. I like to think of myself as your thick best friend, or if you in your 20s or younger, I'm your thick auntie, okay? But that's my first time saying that. I need to embrace it because y'all been calling me auntie for a while now because I am of a certain age, so I gotta embrace it. I'm embracing that. But girl, if you in your 30s or higher, I'm your thick best friend. I even have some ladies that were hitting me up there in their 50s, 60s. One of them, she was like, "You're like my thick granddaughter." I'm like, "Oh." But anyway, I'm having a sit-down chat with you guys today while I do my hair. Today's hair video is sponsored by Lumiere Hair. I have worked with them a few times in the past, and they sent me this beautiful wig to show you guys. This is giving me all of the Beyonce vibes, Beyonce 2010, Beyonce 2012. That's what this is giving me. So it is a 4x4 closure wig. I love closure wigs. They are so much easier to do than frontal wigs. It has an elastic band already inside the wig. And with your unit, you do get a couple of little goodies, a wig cap and an elastic band. I always use these elastic bands to hold my edges down after I place my unit. These are so clutch. I like them better than silk scarves when wrapping my edges. So sis, if you haven't tried these, try them. Game changer. Okay. And just to let you know, guys know, all I did to the hair, I did bleach the knots and I co-washed the hair, which is just basically washing it with conditioner, and I let it air dry, and this is how it naturally looks. This is exactly how it dried. I don't have any products in it just yet. So just letting you guys know that. Smells so good. So of course I'm going to lay my wig down, and then we're gonna get into our little discussion for the day. So I did pluck around the edges. I also plucked the parts. I have my edges laying down now with my elastic band. I told you guys you need to get one if you wear wigs. Now I'm just trying to show you guys a comparison. On this side I have product in it. I put water, I put mousse, and I put oil, and this is how it looks. It's still really wet. So I just wanted to show you guys, if you decide to wear it with product in it, this is how it looks. Or if you want to wear it in its natural pattern, which I think this is cute too. I've definitely worn curly units just in their natural state, and it's bomb. So I mean, do y'all like it like this? Or do y'all like it like this, more polished? I actually like an in-between. I like when it dries and then I can just finger comb it. So it's gonna be kind of in between this and this, and it looks moisturized. So I just want to show you guys that difference. I'm about to go ahead and spray this side down, have it matching this side, and I'm gonna let you guys see how it looks. And, oh, and I always hot comb my edges back, just because to me it gives your hair a little bit more body and it evens it out some. Like at the top, it'll even it out. But I think it just looks good with it just pushed away from your face. But this hair is so cute. I am loving this color so much. There's this girl who I watch named Codename Chanel. She usually watches my videos, so she didn't skip over this part. Girl, I got this wig because of you. I got this color wig because of you. She wears a wig that's similar to this, that's big and curly, and this same color, and it looks so bomb on her. So that is honestly why I got it. I was like, oh, I can do that color. I can do that. All right, now I'm just putting some oil in my hair. I use Urban Hydration, which is a Black-owned company. I have a lot of their products and I love them. You can find them on Amazon. If you guys are interested, I can link it down below. I can link my wig band down below because I always wear a wig band just to keep your wig in place. It protects your edges so you don't have lace just right on your edges. So yeah, I can link that stuff down below for you guys. Okay, this is how the hair is looking. This is so pretty. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Be closer so you guys can really see the texture. This is just one of those really easy wigs, y'all. Curly wigs are very easy. Wigs that are 4x4 closures, very easy wigs. That's why I like closure wigs instead of frontal wigs, because you don't have to glue it down. You don't have to, I don't glue wigs down anyway, but you don't, it's like not nothing to even worry about. So let me show you guys the length of this on me. I am tall, just FYI. This is where it comes on me. This is definitely waist length hair. I'm not sure of the exact length of this hair. I want to say it's a 26. I'm not sure, but all the details will be down in the description box. See, it brushes against the booty. So I'm definitely, this is summertime hair. Summertime hair is long, light colored hair. To me, winter hair is kind of like blacks and reds and shorter hair. So this is vacation hair. This is just all around bomb. Okay, looks, it is really, really wet. I am going to let the hair dry. I'm gonna let my edges get nice and melted. And while we're doing that, we are gonna have our little story time chat. I'm gonna set the mood, so I'm gonna turn the lights down. I'm gonna give me some wine, and we gonna get into it, baby. I was gonna do my makeup while we talk, but I decided not to. I wanna give you guys my full attention, but I am drinking. I have my wine right here. This is what I'm drinking today. This is Jar Jam. It's a sweet Shiraz. One of my best friends came over to the house, so we had like a little movie night, and she brought that. I do have it mixed with a little bit of, what's it called? Some peach Stella Rosa, just to kind of give it a little bit of that sweet flavor. But y'all get your popcorn ready, get your wine ready, and get ready for this story. Okay, so I told you guys that I wanted to kind of make a story time exposing myself. My phone always goes off, always. I wanted to make a story time exposing myself, because most YouTubers get on here, when they like expose people or tell story times, it's always about one of their friends or one of their exes, a family member doing some BS. This is about me doing some BS, y'all. This was, when I tell you, years ago, I was in my 20s. This is before Ethan and Ashton. I was young, I was dumb, I was just on something else. Like, don't judge, because we've all been there. We've all done some stuff that we regret and that we wish we can go back and change. But I'm just putting mine out here for the world. Y'all keep y'all skeletons in y'all's closet, okay? And if y'all do like this story time, I will have a whole maybe series of these called Hotels. That's what I think I want to name it. I think I want to name it Hotels, because I was on some whole shit. All right, so if you guys are ready, let's get on into it. All right, like I said, this was years ago. I was really heavy on the club scene back in the day, like very heavy. I was even a club promoter for a while. If you guys did not know that, my crew was called the H-Town It Girls. We brought so many celebrities into town. We had so many concerts. We promoted at so many different clubs. Like, we were really like the first group of all-female club promoters. So I was really heavy in the club scene back in the day. There was this club called Aztecas that I used to go to on Mondays, and they sold like cheap tacos. You could get the big old margaritas, and I would go there every week. I think it was Monday, so I'm gonna say Monday. So I was in there this particular time, and I was completely by myself. Because I knew so many people, I would go out by myself back in the day all the time. And I would meet new people. I would see people that I knew up there just from me being on the club scene and being a promoter. So I was in there one day and I saw this girl, and I had never seen her before. She almost looked just like me. If y'all didn't know, I am 5'9". I'm very curvy. Even before I got my body done, I was still a curvy girl. I had a small waist, I had hips, I had big old thighs. I'm 5'9", I was like a big stallion still, even before I got work done. And she was the same way. She is 5'10", very curvy, big butt, small waist. And I'm like, who is this? She is beautiful. She having fun. So I walked up to her and we just started talking. We clicked, and we're gonna name her Jamie. So me and Jamie clicked from that day. We exchanged numbers. We were just drinking, partying, dancing. We exchanged numbers. We wound up hanging out right after that. Probably like maybe a week later, we hung out. We went out to eat, and me and her would just like hang out all the time. We would go to the club. You know, she was kind of like my party buddy. I wouldn't really say she was like a friend because I had just met her. Like I said, we met on the party scene, so we really didn't know each other's like deep secrets. She did meet my sister. I wound up meeting her sister. I think, did she have two sisters? I don't remember, but I remember I met her sister, and we were cool. We were tight. So along the way of me getting to know her, hanging out with her, I always assumed she was single. I was newly single at the time, so I was out living my best city girl life at the time. City girls weren't a thing way back then, but I was living my best life. So I assumed that she was single too. Until one day she told me, she was like, yeah, I have a man. He's in jail right now. He's been in jail for about a year and a half. Can't remember exactly. It hadn't been like too crazy long. It had been maybe like a year and a half that he was in jail. So I was like, oh, she has a man. Okay, cool. She was like, yeah, girl, like she starts telling me like all these stories about him. Like, she was like, girl, I've been dealing with him for about 15 years since I was a teenager, just on and off. He's had babies on me, girl. He got married on me. She was telling me how when he got married, he called her that same day, was telling her how much he loved her, but he has to do it to make his family work out. She said that she went to the wedding, hid in the bushes, and literally watched him walk down the aisle and get married. She said that she was literally in the bushes watching them, crying the entire time. So me, I'm like, okay, they're crazy, they're toxic, like what the hell is going on? But she said this was her man. He's coming home to her. She is in love with him, and because he's been in jail for a while, he's telling her he's ready to settle down, and when he gets home, he's getting a divorce, and they're gonna live this happily ever after life. And I'm like, girl, cool, good for you, good for you. I was newly single at the time. I had dated jailbirds myself. One of my recent exes around that time had just went to jail, and my sister had dated a dude that went to jail. And I know that these dudes, you know, in jail, they're gonna tell you anything and everything to keep you waiting around for them. So of course I'm like, okay, She's been crazy and stupid behind this nigga for all these years. She's gonna stay with him. I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, whatever, she's dating a dude in jail. We've all been there, done that. Okay, so fast forward, maybe I wanna say 2 months, we jump ahead, and she's telling me, hey, my dude is about to get out of jail. We're gonna name him Red. And I'm like, okay, cool. He's coming home from jail. I'm probably gonna lose my friend at this point because she's probably gonna be all wrapped up in him. He's been away for a little bit over a year, and she's only known me for a few months, so I'm probably gonna get kicked to the curb, and she's gonna be with her man. So about maybe a month after that, it was just a few weeks after that, I don't know how the whole jail system thing works, but I guess he mailed all of his stuff got sent to her because that's where he was going. He was gonna be paroled to her house. So I guess all of his belongings got sent to her, or he mailed them to her. Anyway, he sent her his big old box of pictures, letters, like all of his belongings that he had in jail, books, everything. So she calls me up one day and she was like,
Gina.
I'm like, hey girl, what's up? She kind of had a little attitude. She's like,
hey, I just got Red's stuff in the mail because he's coming home soon, and I see pictures of you and letters from you in his stuff.
Excuse me? I think you tripping. Like you tripping. At this point, when she had slightly mentioned him to me, she never told me his name. He has a very distinct nickname that if she had said his name, I would have knew right off the bat at the beginning of our friendship, like, oh my God, I know him. Oh my God. So we're gonna pause the story right here. Me and Jamie are on the phone. She's telling me Red stuff got sent to her. She sees pictures of me in the box and a bunch of letters from me. Pause right there and remember this point in the story. All right, guys, so now we are going to rewind about a year and a half prior. So a year and a half prior, there's this club. Told you guys I was big on the club scene. I was a hot girl before hot girls was hot girls, okay? There was this club called Club Ice Age. If y'all know who Mike Jones is, who Mike Jones? That Houston rapper, he had a club in Houston called Club Ice Age that everybody used to go to on Sunday nights. So me being the club head that I am, I was in Ice Age one day. Just walked in looking good. I had my platinum blonde hair. I was about 175 pounds. Like, I was just on my ish. Like, I had a live car with big old rims on it. Like, I was doing my thing. As a young chick in her 20s, I was on it. And I was looking good and I had confidence. I exuded it when I walked in. So I walked in, my sister's behind me. And so I'm walking in and there's this guy. You guys can't see me, but there's this guy. So we're walking towards each other. Baby, when I seen this man, tall, 6'4", 6'5", had a big old baller belly. That's what we call him here in Houston, a baller belly. When they just got that little bitty gut, then they got that big old diamond out piece and chain like a dinner plate. He had a big old dinner plate diamond piece and chain hanging around his neck with a bunch of other smaller ones. He had on one of those bomber jackets around the time that was so popular. It had either some baseball team on it or some football team. I don't know, he had on his big, it was green and yellow. I will never forget. What team is green and yellow? Celtics? I don't know. Big old green and yellow bomber jacket, had his shades on, fresh fade, just tall, peanut butter. We were the same color, like just in all the jewelry, baby, boss to the T. Boss to the T, and you guys know I love a boss nigga with money. Like, I'm drawn to them and they're drawn to me. As we are walking towards each other, we make eye contact like this. We're just watching each other. He reaches down, grabs my hand and pulls me towards him. And he was like, you the most beautiful thing that I seen all night. And I know I probably said something slick to him too. We wound up exchanging numbers, next day, we hung out. We went to some other club, a day party. It was like I believe it was like some type of like day lounge thing. Anyway, he had a section. Him and all his homeboys was there. I think a few days after that, we hung out again. He got a section at this club called Belvedere. If you're from Houston, y'all know Club Belvedere used to be the ish back in the day. That's where all the Africans, all the people with money, the girls with money, everybody used to go to Belvedere. He had a section at Belvedere. Me and him, when we exchanged numbers, we hung out so much. We probably only went out on 2 dates where it was just me and him out to eat, hanging out. We liked each other's company. He was like in the club scene, even though I had never seen him before. He was in the club scene. I was in the club scene. Like, he loved to just want to go out and drink and party, get sections. Like I said, we only went on a couple of dates. We never had sex, but our vibe, our chemistry, our conversations was just on a whole other level. Like, it was just like, I have like this street dude who is so funny and fine, and just, he can hold a conversation. He's smart. Like, we literally just vibed so good. And of course, his name was Red. Yeah, his name was Red. So I'm in hog heaven dating this guy. You know, he is just like whining and dining. Like I said, the chemistry was so good, but we just never had sex. He wasn't on that type of time. He wasn't like that type of person that's like, oh, let me come see you at 2 a.m. He was so respectful. He just wanted to be around me. He wanted to hang out with me. He just wanted to talk to me on the phone. Like, we had that type of bond. Red winds up getting caught up for his extracurricular activities, and Red goes to jail. This was probably about 2 to 3 months after we had met. Probably 2 months. It happened like really quick. Like I said, we exchanged numbers. We hung out the next day. I mean, we were going to the club together. We were going to day parties together. We were going to the after hours together. We were hanging out a lot. Met all his friends, like, so yeah. So Red winds up going to jail. I get his information and I'm writing him. This damn phone. At this point, he doesn't know how long he's gonna get yet. He knows he's gonna get a while, but he's not really exactly sure how long his sentence is gonna be. So at this point, he's downtown Houston. So I'm visiting him downtown at the city jail whenever I can. We're writing each other's letters. We're, you know, I'm sending him pictures, letters sprayed with perfume. He winds up getting transferred. I get his information once he gets transferred after a few months. So I'm continuously still writing him. He's calling me when he can. He don't ask me for nothing. He don't ask me for no money. He don't ask me for nothing on his books. He's just a real ass dude who just literally, he just wants like a relationship with me, a friendship, a relationship. He just wants that. And once, you know, we start writing each other more and more, he's behind bars. So he's like falling more and more in love. We already had these strong feelings for each other, but everything just happened, like our relationship just happened so fast. We shared a couple of kisses, but it was never anything. He wasn't on, no, I want to fuck her. He was on, I want to get to know her. So of course, throughout these letters, he's telling me basically, I'm falling in love with you. I want to be with you. And I'm telling him the same. I'm feeling him, even though I'm out there in these streets. I'm living my life, and I'm like, he's behind bars. Like, I'm not going to stop living my life. So he winds up getting transferred again. I don't know why, what happened, but he winds up getting transferred again, and we wound up losing contact. Now, he has these letters from me, so he has my address, so I'm not really sure exactly what happened, but the communication stops. And I do hear that he got transferred because I wound up seeing one of his homeboys out, and I'm just like, you know, I haven't talked to Red in a while. Like, what's going on with Red? My number hasn't changed. My address hasn't changed. I don't know. You know, I have no clue what's going on as to why he stopped writing me, because it was so consistent and going so good for so long. Let's stop at this part of the story. Me and Red, we lose contact, okay? So now we're fast forwarding again to where I'm now friends with Jamie, and Jamie knows now that I had dealings with Red. Okay. So she's on the phone with me and she was like, yeah, I see these pictures and letters from you in this box. And I'm like, well, who is it? What's his name? She's like, Red. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, yeah, I know Red. Like, we have dated. Like, we've hung out a lot. We used to like really talk, and but I said we haven't talked in almost a year. We never had sex. I'm just trying to like reassure her, like, girl, you're good. You have nothing to worry about. Did I have dealings with him? Yes. Did we date? Yes, we did. But we never had sex. I didn't know about you. You clearly didn't know about me. If he had a wife or whatever, as you're telling that I have found out, I didn't know about that. He literally always had time for me. So, y'all, these dog niggas, they gonna make time for what they wanna make time for. They could have a whole wife and 10 kids at home, and you may not ever know about it. Instagram might not tell their story. There was no Instagram back then when I was dealing with him. I don't even think, was Facebook around? Facebook was around, but it wasn't like, social media wasn't popping like how it is today. And he was in extracurricular activity, so he didn't have no Facebook, okay? So she's like, okay, all right, cool. Well, he's about to come home in like 2-3 weeks, and I got his stuff, so I'm just letting you know it's just so crazy. It's a small world. And she was very uncomfortable about it. I could tell in her tone, she was not happy. She was uncomfortable. Me and her were just building a friendship. We really liked each other. Like, we had fun together. So I know she felt uncomfortable, especially since he's coming home. I've been to her house and she probably feels like, damn, like, my nigga that I've been in love with for 15, 20 years and I've been through all this BS with, now I'm about to go through some more BS because he done had dealings with my new friend. So, Red comes home. Me and her, we still cool. We still hanging out. She invites me to her house. And I see Red for the first time. He walks out the bedroom with some basketball shorts on and a wife beater. Y'all, my jaw dropped. I was like, oh my God, there he is. This man that I literally had such a strong connection with, who we were inseparable, hung out so much, had so much fun together, wrote each other so much, just him professing his love for me telling him, yes, we're gonna pick up where we left off. It's just like all of this stuff is coming back. It had only been like a year since we had lost communication with each other. So I saw him and he's like, what's up, Gina? I'm like, what's up, Red? And of course I had to keep it cool, cordial, because this is now my new homegirl. This is her man who lives with her, and I don't want to be disrespectful in her house. So of course, I'm keeping my feelings to myself, as you should. You keep your feelings to yourself. You try to let it dust out the way. You put the blinders on. So her birthday comes around, probably not too much longer after that. Me and her, we're still, she's not hanging out with me as much just because her man is home. She can't go out 3 nights a week like we were doing. Her man is home, which is understandable. She hasn't seen him in a year and a half, and she probably wants to, she's trying to solidify her spot, because I told you she's been through some BS with him. He done got married on her, he done had kids on her. She done found out that I was talking to him in the past, so she's trying to probably just solidify everything by letting him get parole to her house, and so she don't really go out anymore. This shadow with my lashes, like, it's making my eyes look crazy. I don't like that. But can we take a pause and talk about this hair, this Lumiere hair? I would say it's about 30% dry now. It is so pretty and juicy. I still want it to be completely dry before I take my wig band off, but so pretty. So pretty. I just had to take a little pause for the cause. Y'all check them out. Coupon code down below in the description box. Links, everything. Check out Lumiere Hair. All right, now back to the story. So, it is now Jamie's birthday. She invites me to her birthday party. Red, like I told you, he's money, money, money. Red rented her out this huge bus, like this huge party bus, and we are going club hopping, okay? So, I recently saw the picture of me getting ready from this night on my Facebook. Anyway, yeah, so I get cute, like super cute. I get on the party bus, there she is. She's sitting on the side with her homegirls and her sisters, and here goes Red with his homeboys and some other people. And I don't know where to sit because like me and Jamie had just became friends, so I don't know anybody who's on this party bus. I don't know any of Jamie's friends. I've only met one of her sisters one time, so I don't know anybody. I don't know where to sit. She's already comfortable in her spot, and you know, so I'm walking. Red on the low grabs my hand and he pulls me down, and it's like one of those demanding pulls, like sit your ass right here. I'm like, oh my God. So he pulls me to sit next to him. So I sit down next to him. That only lasted maybe that lasted about 5 minutes. Then he got up because he's mixing, he's mingling. He said, you know, sat next to him for just a second, mixing, he's mingling, he's talking to her friends, his friends. He knows everybody on the bus. So I'm sitting right there. So I wound up just being next to one of his homeboys, and some chick sits beside me. There's so much liquor on the party bus, so we drinking, we turn up, the music is going, we twerking. Twerking wasn't even a thing back then, but black girls, y'all know, we've been twerking since twerking had a name. So we was twerking, we was dancing, and you know, we was doing a little, not like a salt shaker, but walk it like a dog, hey, now twerk on his it, twerk on his it. Y'all know that song. Anyway, so we doing all the dances, we having fun, we drinking, we are hopping from club to club. So we get to the second spot, and by this point, we're like pretty tipsy. We get in there, he's buying drinks for everybody. So I'm like getting slizzard. I'm young, I don't really know my limit at this point. I'm just having fun. I'm on a party bus, I ain't gotta drive. So I'm about to drink, and we have a hotel afterwards. So I don't have to drive anywhere. All right, well I did have to drive to the hotel, but anyway. So yeah, we have a hotel afterwards. So we drinking hard. I'm getting fucked up. So while we're at this other spot, he's like telling me, he keeps walking by me, just whispering in my ear, like, you're so fucking
sexy, I miss you so much, I can't believe that we're in this situation.
Like, he just will, you know, he'll just come by and then just tell me little things and then just keep walking. And of course, like I said, I had feelings for Red. We had a connection. At this point, I'm drinking. So everything he's saying is kind of like making my heart tingle. I'm kind of tingling down there, also in between my legs. And I'm just like, oh my God, why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? I cannot believe this. All right, y'all. So once we're all done doing the little party hopping from club to club, bar to bar, we are back on the party bus. At this point, Red and Jamie are sitting across from me. I'm sitting on this side. He's holding her hand. She's pretty much drunk out of there. She's laying her head, you know, she's like kind of laid on him. He's holding her hand. He's like blowing kisses at me, and he's whispering things to me. And how nobody on this party bus noticed all of this is so crazy to me. I think everybody was just so drunk and in their own little world. Like, nobody noticed any of this because nobody said nothing. Like, it was just the craziest thing how all this just sneaky foul shit was just going on in front of like 15, 20 people. All right, so we get back to our vehicles. Our vehicles were all parked somewhere. I can't remember, but we wound up getting in our vehicles and driving to the hotel. It wasn't a far distance at all because, like I said, we were all drunk. Or maybe I parked my car at the hotel and got on the party bus. I really can't remember. Like I told you guys, this was years ago. This was so long ago. So anyway, we're now at the hotel. Most of the people went home. It was Jamie, her sister, one of her cousins, me, and Red. It was just us five in a hotel room. Jamie and Red had their own hotel room. and Jamie's sister and her friend, they had their own hotel room. I was gonna stay in, I was broke back then. I ain't had no money, I ain't have my own hotel. Jamie was just like, oh, you can just, you know, sleep in the room with my, you know, with my sister and my friend. And I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, I'll do that. Like, I'll do that. So we're there, we're at the hotel. Red is giving me these signals like, you know what's up, you know what time it is. We're all still, you know, drinking. We done put on our pajamas at this point. Well, the other girls did. I still had my regular clothes on. I did, because I didn't know if I was gonna stay at the hotel with them or if I was gonna get sober enough to drive home. I really wasn't prepared, but the way I felt, I'm like, I'm gonna stay at the hotel. So I didn't have a change of clothes. I was probably just gonna put on something to Jamie's and, you know, just call it night. And then we were gonna go to breakfast in the morning, because where the hotel is, there's a Waffle House, literally walking distance. Okay? So Red says, I'm about to go downstairs. I'm probably gonna go get like some drinks, some snacks at the snack bar. I'm gonna smoke, and then I'm gonna be back up. So he walks out, and like I said, he's giving me the eye. He is like, I fucking me. Like, you know what time it is, you know what to do. So Red goes down the hallway. Red leaves out. He goes, what I thought, downstairs or whatever. Me, being the little hoe, skeezer, drunk, fat, horrible friend that I was being at this time, I said, I need to go grab something out of my car real quick. I don't remember what I said. I needed to go grab something out of my car. This was probably about 2 minutes after Red had left out. It was definitely less than 5 minutes. May not have been 2, but it was less than 5. I said, let me go grab something out of my car. And because Red is down there, you know, it's now like 4 a.m. I'm like, so I won't be there by myself. I'm like, you know, I'll be right back, y'all. So I go down the hallway, I get on the elevator. Tell me why Red is on the elevator. It had been like 5 minutes. I'm thinking he's on the elevator down. Baby, the elevator opened, he is on it. And cause he knew. Like I told you, he's telling me these signals. He's on the elevator. As soon as the elevator door closes, he grabs me by my neck and then just starts tonguing me down. Y'all know, if y'all don't know, I love me an aggressive man. Grab me by my neck, and he's tall. I'm tall, but I'm on my tippy toes, just kissing him like this. He has me up against the wall in the elevator. Elevator opens, he closes that motherfucker back. He's just kissing me down, just telling me how much he misses me, how much he's like, I don't really even want to be with her. Gina, you're the one who I want to be with. Just telling me all kind of stuff as we're just passionately kissing each other. So the elevator goes back down again. It opens, and we actually leave out the elevator. So we're talking. He has his arm around my neck. We walk to his car. He's about to smoke, but we get to his car, and his car is parked literally right in front of the hotel. Right in front of the hotel, that's where his car is parked. He opens up his car door, pushes me against the car, and is just tonguing me down again. I mean, we are just passionately kissing. It's like something you see on a movie, just the way we're like, he just like hemmed me up, the way he's just kissing me, just so like, oh my God, like I'm just not thinking about, like I haven't had like a passionate kiss like that in like so long. Like it was, y'all, it was crazy. If y'all know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, just aggressive, like just big nigga energy, big dick energy, just aggressive. I'm drunk at this time. I know he's drunk. And I did the ultimate horrible thing that you can do as a friend. I broke girl code. It was bad. Like, it was bad. I broke girl code. He was just like, I want you so bad. So I stuck my hand down his pants to see what he was working with. Baby, I felt the anaconda, and I just needed the anaconda to bite me. I was gonna take that snake bite. I was gonna take it. I was putting everything on the line. When you drunk, you not thinking right, you put everything on the line. So I wound up, like I told you, the car door was open. We're in between two cars. sit down on the driver's seat. He's still standing up. So you already know what we were about to do. He unzips his pants. I'm getting my mouth ready, moisturized. I'm get the juices flowing. You know. And y'all, this is how drunk we were. A hotel lobby where the cars are parked like right in the front, it is 1,000 lights. Like, this is not no dim, dark area. People were walking by and saw us kissing. Like, literally, it's lights everywhere. And the way where the hotel was at, it was right on the side of a major highway, major freeway intersection. So, like, there were people, even though it was 4 a.m., people were still coming to check in. People were still like the worker. Like, it was people around. So I sat down, like I said, I'm getting this all ready to do what I had to do. He unzipped his pants. He pulls it out. And next thing I hear is, Red! 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 What the fuck are you doing? And then I just hear boom, boom, boom. And I look up. She's beating the fuck out of him. He's holding her back and she's trying to get to me. I'm in the car. I'm sitting in the driver's seat of the car. The car door is open. Red is big. Red is a big nigga. I told you he's like 6'4", 6'5". She's big too. She's 5'10". She was like, you know, a big thick girl, like 200 pounds. I'm a big thick girl at the time too. I was only like 175 pounds, but we was two big old thick girls. She would have beat the fuck out of me. Red is holding her back because she is in a rage, a total rage. So she's like beating him up. I can't believe you. I can't believe you. Let me get to this bitch. Let me get to this bitch. She's crying and she's screaming. I'm trying to close the door, but they're like on the door fighting. So I'm in the driver's seat. I close the door and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Oh my God. I'm now in his car. She's outside the car going insane, as she should. This is her man. I'm her homegirl. She should be losing her mind. I did some fuck shit. His dick is out. He's pulling his pants back up. And as she's screaming at him, he does what any hoe ass nigga would do. He blames her. He blames her for it. I'm listening to them. He blamed her. Ladies, if you catch your man cheating and he blames you, that's grounds to cut it off. And she had already been through so much with him, getting married, having a kid on her while she's supposedly his girlfriend. Like, he blamed her. He said, you don't love me. You don't show me no affection. You don't treat me good. You don't do this. You don't do that. I mean, y'all, it was horrible. Of course, at the time, I'm panicking, thinking like, how can I get out of this situation without getting beat up? Because she will beat the fuck out of me. Like, I would let her beat me up because why would I fight her back? I'm the one who did the messed up thing. Like, I'm the one who did this. So it would be no reason for me to even try to fight her back because I messed up. So I'm hearing this. He's like bear hug. He got her. He's telling her, you don't love me. You don't love me. This your fault. You don't show me no affection and this and that and blah. We don't even have sex and like literally putting it all on her. So I wind up climbing over the passenger seat as she's screaming, crying. He got her bear hug. I climb over the passenger seat and I get out of the passenger door. I don't have any shoes on either, guys. Like, cause I was like, I can't wear my heels all night. My heels are upstairs in the room. So I run while they're screaming. I don't even think they see me get out of the car. I get out of the passenger side. I go back in the hotel. I go back up to the hotel room. Her homegirl and her sister are still in the room. They don't know what the fuck is going on. They're laying in bed, like winding down, listening to a little bit of light music. I come in the room. I just have to act normal. Like I have to play it off. I grab my purse. I grab my keys. I couldn't put my heels back on because I can't run in case she finds me. I need to be able to have some type of shoes on. So I grabbed her shoes that were at the front door of the hotel room, slid her shoes on. They were just some, not just, but they were like some $200 sandals. They were some $200 Tory Burch sandals. I didn't realize what I had put on my feet at that point in time, but I put the sandals on. I grabbed my heels, I grabbed my purse, and I was like, y'all, I think I'm about to go ahead and just drive home. Like, I'm feeling all right, I'm about to go. And they were like, oh, okay, girl, all right. They don't know what was going on. I guess Jamie didn't tell them nothing either when she snuck out of the hotel room and she caught us. Because Jamie had to have had her little antennas on. Even though she was drunk, she realized Red left the room. A few minutes later, Gina left the room, and we taking a little bit too long to come back. So she came down and she knew her intuition, and she was 100% right. So she must didn't tell them anything when she left out to come check to see what the fuck we was doing. So I find some little back way out of the hotel. I don't know how. I ran down that hallway, I got on the elevator, I left out of a back side door, which was like trash cans, and I wound up finding my way to my car. I don't know where I was at, but I was in the back of that hotel somewhere. It let me out into some parking lot. I walked around, I got in my car, and I sped off and I went home. My phone was blowing up, ringing. I could not answer it. I'm like, I cannot answer it right now. I need to get home. I'm drunk. This traumatic shit just happened. Of course, that sobers you up real quick. You get sober real quick when something like that happens. But yeah, so I get home. I wound up going to sleep. The next morning, she calls me again. And I answer the phone. She's very calm. All she said was, Gina, I ain't fucking with you. I should have known. She was like, that's my fault for not knowing. She was talking to me so calm, y'all. So calm. She was like such a woman about it. Like such a woman. I was just quiet on the other end. I couldn't say nothing. She said, all I want are my shoes back. Those are some Tory Burch sandals that I just got, and I want them back. She was like, you can come drop them off at my house if you want to. I wasn't doing that, because I know she probably want to catch that fade. So I definitely wasn't doing that. I said, well, I would rather you, send me your address and I'll mail them to you. So she gave me her address. We hung up the phone, and I mailed her sandals the next day. And we didn't talk since. About 2 weeks after that, I sent her a really, really long text message just apologizing and telling her just how much of a horrible person I am, how horrible I feel, and that I'm just genuinely sorry. I blamed it on the alcohol, even though it was a mixture of both. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It was a mixture of the alcohol and emotions. I told you, me and Red had such a bond before he went to jail. We were writing each other in jail. We just always expressed our emotions to each other. We just had such a connection. And then to see him in person, and liquor's involved, so it just happened. Yeah, it was crazy. I sent her a long text message just apologizing, and she didn't respond, as she shouldn't have. There's no amount of apology that could clean that up. So like I said, Facebook was it was a thing back then. I really wasn't huge on Facebook, but I was on Facebook. Me and her were Facebook friends, and so over time, she was still with him. She would still post him. She didn't. The thing is, which is crazy, she never blocked me. She never blocked me. To this day, we are still Facebook friends, which is so crazy to me. Maybe she has me to where she can't see my posts. Anyway, I haven't seen any posts from her maybe in about 2 years. So maybe she realized that we were still Facebook friends, but just about less than 2 years ago, I was still seeing her posts. Her and him wound up getting married. They wound up having a kid together, and they were together for a really long time, like years. Like I told you guys, this is before Ethan and Ashton. Ethan's 10 years old right now. They wound up, she stayed with him. She married him. He actually did what he said he was gonna do. He married her. They had a son together. And they wound up breaking up, because I remember watching on her Facebook, I could tell that they broke up because she started not wearing her ring. She was living kind of like a hot girl life again. She was going out, drinking, showing herself in sexy dresses, drinking on her pictures on Facebook. You can tell when a girl is pictures of her at picnics and at church with her man and family gatherings with her man, then those type of pictures stop and it's just her drinking with little short hot girl dresses on and stuff, you know when somebody has broken up. So she winds up breaking up with him. Anyway, later on down the line, she winds up remarrying. She's remarried right now. She became a registered nurse. I saw all this on Facebook. After all of this had happened, we were still Facebook friends. I didn't comment on anything. I never liked any of her pictures. I just would, if I would be on there and I would see her on there, I would just, you know, I would just see her post. So she wound up divorcing him. She remarried somebody else. She had a daughter with this new guy. So her life went on. I guess she realized once she was married to this man who she was so in love with for all these years, who did her so wrong, I guess she realized like he was not the one. And that is my story. We all have a past. We all got skeletons in our closet. We've all done some dumb shit that we regret. We've all broken girl code, guy code. If you're a guy watching me, we've all done stuff that we regret. I don't want to say, you know, I don't want to make an excuse for it because me and her were only friends for a few months, you know, but she was still somebody who I considered a friend, and she was cool. She was like super cool. We were very much alike. And I can see that's why Red liked her and liked me. So we looked alike. We had the same body type. I mean, the same skin tone. Like our style of clothing was the same. Like we were very much like, dang, they could be cousins. Like, you know, so. But yeah, that's my story time, guys. That is the time in my life where I did some very, very messed up shit. And I do not condone my actions. I was young, but I'm accountable and I know that it was dead ass wrong. So that's my story time. If you guys want to hear some more story times like that, let me know down below. I've also been thinking about maybe getting in some viewers submissions to where I tell y'all stories, because you want to remain anonymous, but you want to kind of get your story out there and get some advice. I've been thinking about doing that too. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Is that a good idea? Or do y'all want to just continue to tell my stories, my hotels, my things from the past that I've been through? Let me know in the comments down below. And I'm about to finish off this wine, and we are gonna get into more of this hair details. All right, we're back. Every single time. Every time, this phone. All right, so the mood has changed. We are back in work mode. The moment of truth. This is the scary moment. Okay. Told y'all guys, y'all need an elastic band. All right, let's break up the cast a little bit. You can leave it if you want, but I always try to break mine up. This hair is so pretty. Oh, I love it. It's now about, I would say about 60% dry. Say it's glueless. All I did was put a little bit of gel and a little bit of Gotta Be spray on it. So I really like this hair, y'all. It's beautiful. You guys, check the description box to get this wig from Lumiere Hair. If you don't like the length, you can go shorter length, you can go longer. You can get anything you want. Their website is so easy to navigate. Really appreciate every sponsorship I do with them. Their hair is bomb. I never have any complaints. Like, it plucks easy, the lace always dyes easy, and the wig always looks good. Like, come on now, get into this. And look at my skin tone. Like, this wig was made for me. Hello. All right, guys, well, that completes today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. Follow me on social media. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you are new here, and I want to hear your thoughts down below. When I say hotels, it's the H-O-E, okay? We all got a little hoe in us somewhere. We all got a little hoe in our past. I'm just exposing mine for the world. So don't judge, don't come for me, because we all got some stories. All right, y'all. Love you guys so much. See you guys on the next one. Peace.